Hello everybody, in today's video you're going to be learning how to make holes and measure objects in Fusion 360. Hello everybody, in our last video we learned how to make custom objects in Fusion 360. In today's video we're going to learn how to make holes and measure our objects in Fusion 360. So let's get right into it. So to start off, of course we need an object that we want to make a hole in. So for instance, I have a regular square here that I made that I extruded. With the same steps we learned in our last video. So to make a hole, if we look over at the create section at the top of our toolbar, we can see right next to extrude and revolve, right next to revolve, we can see a tool called hole. So this can be used to make holes, for instance. So once we click onto hole, we can click whatever face or sketch point we want to actually make a hole in, what type of holes we want to make, the drill point, the distance, and we can customize however we want. So I'm just going to make a simple hole in the middle of my square. So I'm going to click in the middle. As you can see, after I clicked in the middle, there is a little hole already made into the square, and I can actually customize the diameter of this hole, or circumference of this hole, and the length and depth of this hole. So as you can see here with this select linear or circular reference edge, this tool, we can use it to customize the circumference of how big we want to make our hole or how small, and we can also on the side here we can see that there's a section for depth. Here, for instance, mine is already set at 0.25 inches, but I can customize it to maybe if I want 1 inch, I can do that. If I want 2 inches, if I want a ½ inch, I can do whatever I want. But just for my case, I'm going to do 1 inch. So it goes straight through my object. So after I do that, as you can see, the hole is made through my whole object. But there's also another way that you can make holes into your objects. This is not by using the hole tool, but it's by using the sketch. So by using a sketch, of course, you press create sketch and choose your plane. So after I choose my plane, I'm going to be able to have all these different shapes that I want to make my sketch in. So I'm just going to make a square. So I'm going to get this 2-point triangle, or I could use the line tool for this, but I'm going to make a simple square and finish my sketch when I'm happy with the shape I have. So now that I have this sketch, I can either extrude it out to make a new object, or I can actually use the extrude object to make holes or cut into other bodies. So to do this, you just press extrude like you're making a new body, but instead of going out and making a new component or body, you go inwards to your body or object and you can cut it. So of course you can control the depth that you have, but that is the only control you have here. If you want to customize the angle or the size, or what shape you want your hole to be, you have to do that in your sketch. So after you do that, I press OK. As you can see, a hole is made into my object. So now that we know how to make holes, let's figure out how to measure objects. So measuring is something that will be very important when you're designing something in Fusion 360. This will translate to real world, either prints, CNC machining, or any manufacturing. So if we look up to the toolbar, we can see this inspect section. And if we click on the inspect and the arrow down, we can see all these different things: measure, interface, different analyses, center of mass, everything. So we can actually click, in our instance, if we want to measure something, we click measure. So here it has all these different options. You can change how many units you want or what unit you want, so millimeters, centimeters, etc. But to actually measure something, you have to click 2 different points. So for my instance, I'm going to measure the length of, or the width of my my square. So I'm going to press the where my starting point, which I want, so it's my first vertex, and then I'm going to click the opposing vertex. So here I can see that my square is exactly 0.5 inches. So that is how to measure stuff, and I can even measure stuff going diagonal. So I can do a vertex at the top, and then I can go cross over and go to the other diagonal.